Hello friends, welcome at Java City. Here we will start our journey of learning. We will visit every nook and corner where we will study starting from Java IO, collections, multi-threading, exceptions and many more things which are available in Java libraries. Later we will go in advanced section of Java Enterprise Edition, where we will learn Servlet, JSP, JSTL, and develop a wonderful web application. Friends, without that database interface, you can't imagine a very good software application. So we will learn in depth JDBC API and a very wonderful platform available for us, Hibernate. Talking about web application, Spring Boot is a very good platform which is on demand now these days for web applications. So we will go into Spring Boot and we will learn deep into it. Guys, this is a very awesome journey and I hope learning Java will be a very fun experience. I hope you will get throughout the Java during the journey. Just stay tuned with me and I'm sure at the complete of this video series you will feel much confidence in Java web and software application. So let's start. Let's start in trying to make our program through command prompt. Okay. So what are these major steps? So there are three major steps what we have to do. First is open new notepad or WordPad text editor file. Next one, write a simple Java program you want to execute through command prompt. And the last step is save this file in desired location with the class name you have chosen and .java extension. Here in our example, we have taken the name of a class as Java City. So we have to save it with javacity.java. So this is the way we will proceed for making the program and execute through command prompt. So let's go. So let me go on a search bar, search, and here we will press start and R, and here we will write notepad. Okay, so our notepad file has been opened and here we have to write a simple program. For the purpose of saving of time, I have already written a program. So here my program, you can search it. So I have already made a program in text editor and this is the program. Already we have saved in javacity.java. So let me open it and here is the program. So this we have to write public class javacity and this is a access modifier we have to choose, and this simply class keyword identifies that this is a class and this is the class name we have chosen. What we have taken here, Java City. So always remember the Java is a case sensitive language. So what it means, we have to always keep in mind that whatever the class name we have taken will be correspondent will be taken as it is throughout the correspondence inside a Java. It will only understand the same word whenever we will point to Java city, same word. So this is a class, and this will start with a curly bracket here, and it will end up with the curly bracket here. In between, this is a method. So now we have to write a method, and method to execute. This is public access modifier static void main. Static identifies that this is not object method. This is a class method. Later we will discuss in detail. Void gives us that this method will not return anything, and main is the identifier keyword reserved for identifying main method, and this small bracket under which we have to write a given parameter, and this is a standard parameter we have to give write here a string, and this big bracket will identify it as a string array, and the name of parameter is arguments. So whatever the argument we are passing here is a element of string array, and as this small bracket will close, the curly bracket will start, and it will end up with the curly bracket. In between, whatever it is written, it is a method body, and these three lines, this is a simple 3-line project. Here we have written the statement, and the statement always ended with semicolon. This semicolon identifies or tells Java that this is a statement and it is a complete statement. This will execute. Okay. So what we have written here, this is a scanner class. Actually, what we are doing here in our project, we are trying to make a project for giving input from command prompt, and whatever input we are giving will be displayed in output. So first we have to make a program to give input. So these two lines are responsible for. First we have to take object of this class scanner. As I have mentioned earlier, the scanner class begins with capital letter. So this is capital S scanner, and its object of this one is data input. Whatever word you want to take, you can take. This is data input I have taken to identify that something is getting input. And the instantiation of any class starts with word new. This is a reserved keyword. In further lectures, we will understand what are the reserved keywords. These reserved keywords are given by Java language, and this word cannot be used for something else. So this is new, this is class. These are the reserved words. Public, static, void. These are the reserved keywords. We can't use it in our programming. Okay, because these words have a very unique unique work. Now, a scanner class, its object equal to, and this word identifies that we are going to create a new object of class scanner, and this is again opening and close small bracket, and in between here we have to give a parameter. What kind of object it is? It is an object of scanner class, and it is taking input from system.in. System is a class defined under java.util package, and in its field, in is a field of, you may take as a object of input stream class. Okay, here we have taken field in a system class. It is ready and open stream, and it actually takes whatever input it is taken we are giving through uh, command system resources, and here we have system resources is keyboard. So Let again elaborate this. This is a class, its object, its new word, and it is identifying that the new object is going to be created of a scanner class and is taking input from system resource mean keyword system.in. Now, whatever the input we are taking need to be collected somewhere, and since we are giving input in the form of a string, so we have again instantiated a class of string in a object. String object is our string, and what string it will take? It will take in whatever we are providing through keyword, and up till the next line is initiated, next line begins. So this uh, part of a statement tells that you have to take all string characters till the next line is beginning, and it will be collected in a our string variable. Now we are whatever we have collected in our string variable need to be taken out in a console. So we have to again write a statement for doing so, and again this is a system class and its field out. This out field is a static and final field, and if this is a ready and open output stream, and this is a print stream class object out, and its method is this print ln, print new line. Okay, on what it will write, it is again opening and closing bracket, and whatever the parameter it is given here, it will write the data containing by this variable. So this is a complete uh, source code for our project. So what these two lines are telling us, since we are calling, we are using the libraries of a Java language, and this scanner object, this scanner class is called for, and this is a string class we have called, and this is system class. So this string and a system class comes under Java lang package, and this is a scanner class comes under util package. Okay, so this is a 3-line source code. Now we have to save this, as we have taken save as, and save as what? javacity.java. As I have told earlier that this file need to be saved in .java extension, and it should be given the name as the class. Okay, so let me save it. Already, do you want to replace it? Yes. Okay, or no, you can. I have already made a program, so there is no need to again replace it. Okay, we haven't modified it. So this we have already uh, created a text editor file and saved in the form of .java extension. Now we have to compile it and run it. So compilation part, we have to again go to command prompt. So start and R. Here we have to write, and this is a cmd command we have to write. So first we have to go in a directory where our program has been saved. Source code is saved, and you can see here UNS Java programs. So here we have to go. Now we have to go in a D drive. This is a D drive. So we have to change the drive D. Okay. Now we have to go in a directory UNS. Now we have to go in a directory Java, and we have to go in a directory programs. Now we are in directory programs. Now we have to compile it. So compiling is a process in which we are going to convert our source code into bytecode. I repeat, in compilation process, Java compiler converts Java source code into bytecode. And this is a machine dependent. Okay, so what, because it is uh, compiling in your machine. Now this is used with the Java compiler installed on this machine, and bytecode will be taken somewhere else. Wherever you want to take, execute this one, this bytecode file and will be taken somewhere else and it will be executed in any machine. So write once and execute and run anywhere. This is a code Java uses write once, run anywhere. And after compilation, it will generate a file with the same class name with dot class extension. So here we have to write a command. Let me try javak. Javak is a command and what we have to give the file name. Okay. So java city dot java. So this is a command for compilation of a source code file. Javak is a simple word. What this word prompts the command prompt to go in an executable file javak named javak, and this file is located where it is located in a jdk installation folder, jdk version which we have installed in our machine. And in that machine, in jdk folder there is a bin folder, and under bin folder there is a javak.exe. And how the command prompt identifies, how the machine identifies that where this javak executable file. So it identifies first, the control goes to the environment variable. In environment we have given in a path variable the path of bin folder, so where it will search for javak.exe, and that exe will convert this javacity.java into class file. So let me enter. Okay. And this is javacity.class has been appeared, and this is a compiled code. Now we have to run this code. Okay. So for that we have to write command java, and the file name which appears here, java city. Here don't need to write the extension because this file has been made by the Java compiler itself. So there is no need to give it the extension, and this command java will again call a java exe, and this java exe will convert javacity.class into machine code, and machine code is understandable by this machine, and whatever the written over there, it will be executed in a console just. Okay, so let me enter it, and here the control goes to a cursor, and what the cursor now demanding, as we have written in a source code, that we have to provide a input in the form of string, whatever we want to take as a output, print out. Okay, so let me write welcome to java world. Okay, we have given the input and let me enter. Okay, whatever we have given the input is being printed out in a console. Okay, so I hope you might have understand what is happening in this program. This program is simply written on a text editor, and we have done so far. We have used a syntax words of a Java, and to execute this one, we have first compiled it. Later, we have run it, and during the program, we have given an input of a string in the form of a string, and whatever we have given is now coming out. Okay, now this is a way by which we can run our program through command prompt. So all these activities can be easily done by IDE. In a next lecture, we will identify which IDE is best and what is the installation procedure. I have already installed IntelliJ IDEA. IDE is the most popular IDE for Java software development. So let me open it, and here it is, Java IDE. Okay, So IntelliJ IDEA, this is IDE. I will give brief introduction about this one in my next lecture and try to install in our machine. I will give you installation procedure. And now we are going to make same project and execute with the, we open it, and this is a Java. Now we click on next and create project from template. Okay, command line F. So let me write this. Simple Java application that includes a class with main method, as we have written in text editor. Next, and you can see now the project name is writing a source code and building compilation. So then let me finish it. Now it will create a project. Lots of advantages of using IDE. It will prompt you, and very little shortcuts are there where you can write code and you can execute the code, and very easy way to write big programs. So this is a guide. You have to just close it, and let me make it little broader so that we have more space will be available for programming. Okay, now here this is a project, and here it is a source, and it is, you can see, opening a source main method. Okay, this is a com.earth corporation, and here it is a Java class, and we can the tractor and rename, and it will be given the name is Java City. Okay, okay, ultimately it has been completed. So the naming is as we have given in a text editor program. So the same thing we will write over here, and you can see the packages. As I have mentioned, the first line of the code execution will be the package name. If you have taken, I have taken a package com.earth corporation. This will be the first line of code. After that, there will be inputs required, and after that there will be class, and that there will be main method. This will be public static void main. Always remember, this is a main method. Later we will discuss Java cycle of execution, how it starts and how it ends. So here we have to first instantiate a scanner object, scanner class. So let me take scanner and data input. This is object name we have taken, and here it is simply prompting. This is the benefit of using IDE. You can see it is prompting, it is giving alarm that something is wrong, and here hovering over it, it is simply guiding that you need to import the required class. And when we are importing, this will import what? Java.util package. You can see java.util.scanner. So this class is required to execute this statement, and this is an object, and we have to equal to, we have to initiate with new. Okay, and now class name, and now it is bracket, and again we have to give what? System and dot what? In. Okay, so you may see this in field of a system class. This is in field, and this will what? This will return input stream. Okay, so this is an object of input stream, and this stream is open. Later we will discuss in detail what it does and why we are taking this input stream. So we are taking this one, and now ending with semicolon. So this is a complete statement. What we have to write next? We have to take a string object string variable name will be what? Our string, and this will take what data? The object of this one. This is data input dot and its prompt to the available methods of this object. This is this object, this method we are going to take, and this method will return a string. Okay, so now this is, and now and we are just completing this statement with semicolon. So this is a statement, and this will collect all data given input through command line, and will treat all data till the next line is begins. So here now, and now whatever the data we have collected in our string variable need to be taken printed out. So again, system class dot, and here it is out. This is out variable, and you can see this is a object of print stream. It will return print stream object. Okay, so this is a print stream object, and it is a ready and open stream. So let me take is dot println method, and it will take a parameter as a string, and it will return void. It will simply print out. Okay, now we have to give the parameter as string variable, and now it is a string variable we have, and we have taken this, and again we have to take write in. Now our program has been completed, and let me run it. So let's run it. Now it will take input, whatever input we want to take as a printout in a console. It will build, first compile, and then it will run. So later we will study what are the questions coming in our mind while doing all this exercise in a simple. So this whole program has been compiled by Java IDE, and you can now give the input. So what we want to take print out? Hello world. Okay, this is the input we are giving. Now you can see the output is coming, and this exit code is 0. It means it has been compiled and executed without error. So this our whole exercise has been completed so far. So friends, while doing all this exercise, some question might be there in your mind. What is command prompts? How we are doing so, and why we are doing so, what it is? So command prompt is a simple GUI provided by operating system for executing program through command prompt. So simple, this is a user interface which we have to execute and test operating system commands and take an output. So it is used to execute commands. Very frequent commands we are using are ipconfig, ping, etc., etc. Mostly you people are using in your daily practice. So same here, we are also using Java and Java commands, okay, to execute, to compile and run Java source code and class file. Okay, now what is Java? As we have discussed, Java is a Java compiler which converts written source code in a bytecode. It is not human readable, so it is not, it is simply understandable by system. Always the compiled code of Java is written in bytecode. Next, what javacity.java commands does. So we have written a command javacity.java. So command does what it does. This command calls java.exe kept in JDK bin folder. JDK is a simple Java. So this command calls java.exe kept in a JDK bin folder and asked to execute javacity.java to convert it into bytecode. So this will create a new file with extension dot class in same directory in Windows. Also, as the extension is dot class, it will be available in classes directory. Okay, how the Java will identify it? By the simple extension dot class that it is available in classes directly and identified with the name Java City. So the extension will be complete file name will be Java City dot class. Now next command we are going giving it what is done by Java City command. So here we have given a command named Java and the name of parameter name of the file is Java City. Okay, so this command will instruct JVM to search for Java City class file to execute as per given statement, and this will convert this bytecode into machine readable code. This is machine code. So this conversion will be in terms of binary pattern, which is understandable by system. Okay, guys. So I hope you might have understand all the process of making program through command prompt and executing through command line. Later, we will make more exploration in depth and we will try to understand how the execution of Java source code starts, how it gets ends, what are the requisite uh, for execution, compilation and execution of Java source code, what is IDE. So first we have to understand something about IDE, then we will make exploration further. So stay tuned and in a next lecture we are going to understand IDE and we will try to start with Java and its basics.